Good afternoon, it's Diane from the Paint Factory. It is Monday, it is 3 o'clock, actually 10 past 3. I am a few minutes late because I had to make a cup of tea, which we all need. So I'm going to see if people are around and then I will start talking. And already I'm like, excuse me, it's Monday and I've done my Facebook Live, and so I am ahead of the game. So all week I am just cool. I'm really, I surprised myself today that I could actually pull this off. So I want to talk to you about my new piece here. Hi guys, I can see you coming on, so thank you. Happy Monday. I do want to talk to you about my new piece, and this piece is, well, it's gorgeous. Let me just put that out there, but this piece has kind of like taken me in my mind to another level. So what I thought I would do is, and I'm in a little bit of a chatty mood, so I may go on and on and on because I just found out no one is coming home until late. So I have the house to myself and I can just talk with you. So I wanted to kind of talk about this piece, but I also wanted to give you a little bit of background about, I know most of you have been around with me hanging out for quite a few years, but maybe some people don't, and I like to think I kind of educate some people, especially if you're new to finishing furniture and the paint world, and how do you kind of find your lane on social media, because it's a crazy ride and lots of positives, some negatives, but ultimately we're all gonna get there at the end. So a little bit of background. Oh my God, David in France, you stayed up. You crazy kid. I'm late because I had to make a cup of Tetley's. So several years ago when I started painting, so I've been painting for 7 years, 8 years, and when I started, I mean I started at step one. I never had a class. The only kind of painting I did was walls, never painted furniture. And I see my dear friend Robin's story is on here. Hi Robin. Robin is the world's greatest stockist. Robin helped me many years ago, so she was a great mentor for me. So thank you, Robin. So when I first started, I really learned a lot by my mistakes. I'd never had a class, so I'm very much self-taught, and I just like to play around with product. And so, like I keep saying, that I'm not, I've never been beholden to one brand or product. I just smush them all in and see where I get. But one thing happened to me several years ago. I was taken, my name was in consideration for this coveted social media role, and what it would mean is that the brand would promote my pieces, and in turn, I guess they got free advertising, right? So anyway, I sent pictures off and had conversations, and ultimately I clearly didn't get the position. And the reason why I didn't get the position, and I'm not really sure what they said to me. I mean, there was lots of going back and forth, but what I heard, which is very different, was my pieces were not good enough. They didn't inspire people. I use too many brands of product on my pieces. My photography wasn't good. And essentially, they didn't want to promote my pieces. And I, I took it quite badly. And I said bugger quite a lot. And so I was kind of like crushed, because this was going to be my first step towards world dominance. And then I had to go for plan B. And what did plan B look like? So ultimately I had this good conversation with my friend, and she said, but why do you want to do this? What good would it be? And I said, world dominance, is that not worth it? And she kind of talked me down and said, doesn't really matter, just you do you. You don't want to limit yourself and put yourself in a pigeonhole. Now, so even though it was a really crappy, why do they hate me so much? Because I'm really a nice person. Instead of kind of like stopping at that self-pity, what I decided to do was to make that energy and put it positive and make it propel me. So after saying, bugger, I changed it and said, bite me. Now, the funny thing is, I cuss and stuff, I'm just keeping it real. The thing about me is, I did make it, really, I am going to show you that I can be better. And I'm going to show you that I can be inspiring and people will want my pieces. And so ultimately what I ended up doing was painting this antique buffet, and I called it the Bite Me Buffet, because that's how immature I am. And it actually ended up winning first place in a general finishes competition that year. So my rejection of that position actually really kind of was the shove that I needed. And I learned from that. And so what I want all you people who are just starting to paint or just starting off in business, and especially when it involves art, because art is so subjective. And not everybody's going to like your piece. A lot of people are going to be like, eh. But don't let that stop you. Let that push you forward, because it really, sometimes, in the worst cases, they turn out to be a gift. And I try and tell my kids that there's always a gift in somewhere. Now, I would have liked, nice and pretty and roses and ribbons and balloons, but that wasn't what was needed at the time. So, to educate you, don't be put off by what anybody says. Do not. It's crazy. And I say that, but let me tell you, I still, to this day, have days of me comparing myself to other people, and I'm my worst enemy, because I know better. I shouldn't do that, but I do, and I'm like, how, And so what I had to do was decide, I had to figure out what my level, how I would gauge, let's put it that way, how I would gauge my level of success. Now, I decided to, take a step away and say, okay, so my level of success to me isn't the number of Facebook likes I have, because that's so arbitrary. I mean, that Facebook likes really, at the end of the day, don't mean that much. So I can't, that's not a level of success. the number of pieces I sell, is that a success? Well, it's always really nice. Who doesn't like money? But I can't do that because I'm not painting constantly, and because my pieces are kind of have quite unique, and so they're not for the mass market. If I had to say I'm successful if I sell a piece a week, that would be ridiculous. And I keep telling my husband that, don't be ridiculous. So for me, what works, and I can see all your comments, and I'm gonna, Egypt, yay! I will read them all at the end, and I will respond, because I love you guys so much for coming on. You should be doing more fun things. It's Monday afternoon, what the heck. So for me, my level of success is in my techniques. So I often look at like my pieces when I started, and I can see real growth because I'm, constantly trying new things. And, this piece, I couldn't have painted this piece at the beginning of my journey. I just didn't have that knowledge. I didn't know what products did what. I didn't know who I was. And I think more of my pieces now are a reflection of what I perceive to be beautiful. My aesthetic is this. It's not everybody's aesthetic. So I've really grown with, this is my kind of signature style. So for you guys who are starting, don't compare with anybody. You're going to have days, I always have days where I do and I shouldn't, and so let's agree together that we are not going to compare our pieces with anybody else, because everybody is unique. And just again, try to find out what is your personal level of success. You might want to have a huge following. I don't think I do. I think I really did at the beginning. I remember getting my first 100 followers and was like, blimey, oh my God, 100 people. And so it's what I like is that I have my regular people who come on, and I feel like this is more of a community. And if I had hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people following me, first of all, they wouldn't get to see all my posts because Facebook, doesn't share. But they certainly wouldn't have this, back and forth, because I want to say I know you all, but I feel as though I do. So my level of success today has been a very successful day, because I kind of had a little bit of an epiphany, which is very strange because it's only Monday. But anyway, so I finished this piece, and I knew, when I bought this piece, I'm like, this piece was meant to be. I had to have this piece. And I finished it this morning, and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh, and it was just, I don't know, I was like speechless. And for the longest time, from the get-go, I've always called myself a furniture painter, that I paint furniture, and it's always kind of, but I never felt like I was an artist at all, because I paint furniture. I mean, people paint these beautiful paintings, and I can't do that. I do stick figures. But when I finished this, I feel that I kind of went up a level, truly. And that might seem really egotistical. I have to hone it, you know, but I'm like, by Jove, I think I'm actually an artist. So, you know, from those years ago of getting that rejection and thinking that I wasn't going to inspire and I was never going to really make it and get recognition, I look at this piece and I think, yeah, I'm there. Now, world dominance, no, still not mine. I'm working that way. But let me, I was going to say, let me show you, but I do want to say, this piece I have used a ton of different products. And I know I keep telling you this all the time, but please don't be beholden just to one brand. You have to branch out, because if you branch out and you play with different things, it all comes together. And it can be such a great learning experience. So, you know, I used Wise Owl, I used Modern Masters, I used Authentico, I used Artisan Enhancements. Where else did I use? I used shellac, a lot of things. So you have to do that. Please, you have to do that. Look, see what kind of finish you want to come up with. Know that if you're just with one brand, you are limiting yourself, and don't do that, right? Play with things. So I'm going to, I've got this, I don't know why why do I have a pen? What pen? I don't have a pen. So let me just try and show you a little bit. I've already taken photographs, so I will post them, but hopefully you can get a better idea of the piece. So, excuse me. So this is the Unicorn Tapestries, which is actually in France, I believe. I believe there's 7 of them. I've already done one piece with the unicorn. This one is the unicorn defending himself, and oh, sorry, I know you probably, this one is the unicorn being attacked. And it's beautiful. The tapestries are just magnificent. And so what I'm hoping to do is start looking for different pieces of furniture that I can do a series. Because I'm blown away with the artistry of these tapestries. So, oops, sorry. So here, I decided to paint it with Modern Masters copper paint. And so you can see some blue, that is actually the natural patina. The copper paint is a reactionary paint, so if you put it on patina, if you put it on the copper, it will do either a blue or a green natural patina. So I obviously did it all around in here, the edging, and I really decided that I was going to leave some of the wood just because it's beautiful veneer, but it kind of matches the colour in the tapestry. And if you can see, let me see, if you can see here, I don't know if you can, there's lots of texture. This is a new product that I tried, and I'll put the link in the comments when I finished. There you and it's called, what's it called? Sea Salt Fizz from Authentico. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it literally is an additive that you put in paint and it fizzes up. So that was a lot of fun to play with. And so there you have it. And I love it. I really do. I'm thinking that I might need to keep it. I haven't told my husband yet, because I think I would be a fool to sell it. And I have been known to be a fool once or twice. So anyway, I will see. We haven't made a decision yet. So I think that's everything. One other thing. Most of you would know that I'm doing a painting retreat on Cape Cod on June 12th to the 15th. And the original, we had a house that would accommodate, I believe, 5 people. And I had said that I want small, intimate, class setting. I will not do more than 10 people. And the reason why I don't want to do more than 10 people is, I would like the money of more than 10 people. I mean, who wouldn't? That would be nice. However, if I do more than 10 people, I'm not going to get the real one-on-one teaching that I think fits best to what I do. And so that kind of like limited what, how we could open it up. So, God, I just waffle on. Anyway, so the first house that we have in the Cape is full. We had some people on a wait list, and so we decided that we were going to rent another house within walking distance, and use that really for those people on the wait list, just really to sleep. Although let me tell you, it is quite a beautiful house. So we have 1 bedroom left, which is two twins. So it's going to be double occupancy. And after that, there is no room at the inn. So if you want to come and hang out for 3 days on the Cape with me and learn image transfer, if you want to come with a girlfriend, even better, because you're going to be sharing a room with her. But let me know. I again will put the email address. That's actual Tapestry on there. No, it's image transfer, Caroline. So if you want to go to the Cape June 12th to the 15th, again, there's 2 spaces left, and it's a double occupancy room. So I am like beyond excited. I want to go now. I just want to eat lobster. So all it takes for me is lobster. So if you have any questions about this piece, when I bought the piece, it was from, the woman told me, I think she said it was from Denmark. Her husband had brought it over with him. And there is, like, see there is a missing lock. And now I could probably find a new lock, but that's not what I do. I just kind of deal with it. So I'm selling a cabinet, or am I selling, with no lock, and I don't care. So thank you all. Monday, who knows what the week's going to bring. Hopefully I might come on again this week, because I have that vintage radio cabinet that I'm actually looking at that is stood right in the middle of my living room. So maybe I'll come on towards the end of the week and we can chat. So thank you again for indulging me. You've been Wonderful. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.